Deb McMillan here from City Looks by Visage, and I am a wig specialist, and I am answering some Twitter questions. So Blue asks at Bump Schemla, I think that's how we say it, I wonder if they'll let me make a wig out of my own hair when I go bald. I will wanna wear wigs, but I'm very curious about this. So the two things I would ask is this somebody going through chemotherapy treatment for hair loss, or they're doing it for fashion? And a lot of places don't really have, in Canada, the technicians that have the skill set or the want to do of making a wig. So they're not normally made in North America, as a lot of things are not. But there are a few places, but often the person's hair is not strong enough to sustain the making, because the return hair is so if the wig is 6 inches, you need to have 8 inches of hair to do. So if they want the same length, they have to have longer than the length they have. Plus often the hair, if it's got chemotherapy, it's gonna have medication in it. It starts to have a different texture and it behaves differently. So chemotherapy hair often is not used in those cases. There are a few places we don't do that, and I have seen a few through the years, and they haven't been that wonderful, but I would leave it up to the people who do it all the time. Next question. Advanced Clinic wants to know, when it comes to tackling hair loss, there's a variety of solutions out there, but two of the most popular options are hair patches and wigs. Therefore, here's the big question. What's the difference between a hair patch and a wig? Well, hair patches are a waste of time. And hair wig, I'm not sure if they're meaning like a human hair wig, but they're asking about solutions. So if somebody is just starting thinning, we have treatment solutions and product solutions that start. So I'm not sure, I would say hair loss, do we want to slow it down and then go to a topper that's a small piece? Patches are like little guys just like this, and we don't see people who want that much hair. We see more people that are here to have a solution for slowing down hair loss for all different reasons that our trichologist would share, or we're going for a topper or a full wig. So does that answer that? I hope that answers that. Okay, next question. Oh, tiny. Might need my granny glasses. Do you have to wear a wig for life, or do hormones help with hair loss? So the reasons for hair loss are vast, and from stress to hormones to medication to endogenetic female pattern balding. There's so many reasons, especially for women. It seems like we have more reasons for hair loss, and about 60% of our guests are female hair loss opposed to treatment for cancer. So I don't know how to answer this question, to be honest. Yes, if your hormones are balanced, it may stabilize your hair loss, but if a follicle's been dead 6 months to a year, it's not coming back. So then hair replacement or options for more hair is a better option. Next question. I may have found a local salon or shop that I want to go to the event and stick with my natural hair color and try it different. I guess this is a question for the future to me. So if you want to pay for a consultation and come in and see if another color, it works for you, I think it's kind of a waste of time, because it's never going to be exactly what, I don't think that wig is ever going to represent what your color technician is going to be able to do. I would be talking to a color technician and using photographs of what you like and trusting her skill set to get you to where you want to go. Plus, she's going to look at your face and color and know what is best. Like, we have color technicians here for hair. I think it's better to go to a color technician than it is to go to a wig specialist to see if you like a color. And they have all those programs online you can use and plop on hair. That's going to be about the same. So, plus knowing what your hair has the ability to do, you can't pop on a wig and pick that. So that's not the route I would go, but I guess you could. So next question. Okay, Laura T wants to know, alternatively, can we destigmatize wigs for those who are struggling with their hair as they age? Well, that's a self-esteem issue, really. I mean, we do seem to have a lot of women that have shame about wearing hair, and it's really funny to me because, you know, generations that are younger and coming up, they have false nails, they have lashes, they have brows, they have boobs, they have everything to make themselves look and feel better. But sometimes women have an issue with needing more hair, and it's puzzling to me. So yes, we do have to work at destigmatizing the shame of losing your hair, but you know, that is a social society issue that is a little heartbreaking, to be honest. So yeah, we do that in the room all the time. We try to walk them into the fear of change, and yeah, it is an issue. I don't know if I answered that. Next one. Okay, so Kayla asks, I have a quick question if you don't mind. I saw somewhere that you said a lot of cancer wigs come padded. Do you know if there's a company that makes padded wig caps also for the pain of the hair loss and extension of the hairline? I might be able to design something to help. Okay. There are, we don't call them padded, we call them medical interior or medical lined. So they have a polyurethane, they don't necessarily have a lace front, they have a liner, they're softer. We do have medical wigs. They're not always necessary if we take care of the scalp. And we have a comfort kit that's 4 products to care for your scalp. Keeping your scalp hydrated with the nutrients and things that you need while you're in treatment is almost more important than the wig cap. Most of it, if you keep your scalp in good order while you're in treatment, and you can, if you shave your head too short, which you should never ever do, is you have to do it like about this long. If you go too short, you'll get ingrowns and all of those. You get big challenges when you don't take your hair down properly during chemotherapy. So I would say, yes, we have medical wigs, and thank you for wanting to help design us something, but we already have something. Does that answer that, I think? Okay, next question. Along came Polly. Okay, dumbest question you'll ever hear on the internet. Doubt it. Where would I donate a good condition wig used by a cancer patient? Or do I render it useless because it was used? No, don't render it useless. You can bring it in here and we can donate it to the Angel Care Room at Cancer here in the city, or you can take it to the Angel Care Room. So, you know, gently used, not used so much, and we sometimes will process them, get them cleaned up, and take them back to the cancer center. But normally, I find that our guests use them until they're no dang good because they love them. So, yeah, but if you have one that hasn't been used or a loved one has been lost early, yes, you can bring them to us and we will help you donate them. Next question. Slim wants to know the costs of wigs and the actual cost of the service for it to last 1 or 2 weeks is insane. Well, I don't know of any wig that lasts 1 or 2 weeks, Slim. That's crazy. That is a real waste of money, he says. So I don't know if he's talking about bonding or gluing a wig that only lasts a few weeks, but on average, our synthetic wigs are going to last, 4 months to a year, depending on wear. If you wear something every single day, all day, it's like a sweater. It's not going to look like great. And your care at home of your wig is going to be dependent of your wig. So a wig lasting 1 or 2 weeks, I think is crazy. I don't really understand that question. And human hair will last up to a year to 3 years, depending on who's taking care of it, how they're taking care of it, how much they wear it, and if they listen to our instructions. So you can always come in and ask us questions about that. Next question. Wig glue is the new perm. Oh goodness. We'll see studies linked to illness and cancer in the near future. We very rarely use wig glue, so I don't know if it's the new perm. That's a crazy question too. We have a bit of body or medical glue. We use 2-way surgical tape. That's my method of keeping things in place if needed. But clips and a good fit is my goal. So I would much rather have a good fit than have to glue it down. But, sometimes we do need a little bit of support for, heads that are just a little different and, or the wig, depending on the situation. Next question. Fabric softener, soak, and dry shampoo apparently helps wigs not look so shiny and fake. I just saw a reel. Okay, so fabric softener. We have products that mimic what fabric softeners do on synthetics. So they do soften, they help with static. But I find that some of the fabric softeners that people will use at home, they use the stuff from their laundry room, which is because they're just trying anything to make it work, right? So they've seen it on the internet and they're gonna just do it. But they tend to build up and they make the fibers stiff. Whereas we have like a softening agent that helps keep it in place or softens the fabrics a little bit, and it doesn't build up. So the buildup from fabric softeners tends to be a bit of an issue, and you have to wash them, more, especially how much you're using them. And then they add a lot of fragrance unless you're using fragrance free. But I have had guests that do that. And then, yes, I have seen dry shampoos make synthetics a little less shiny. Yep, I think it works. Some powders do too. But you have to remember that dry shampoo speeds up hair loss. So if you're trying to maintain hair underneath and the dry shampoo is getting through to your scalp, you're clogging your follicle, making that follicle have congestion, and then it's really hard for hair to grow through. So someone in chemotherapy, I would not recommend that they're using dry shampoo on their synthetic wigs, just because I think it might seep through and cause some follicle damage of their regrowth. That hair is very baby tender and it needs all the love. It needs to be open, clean, alive, blood flow, oxygen. It needs to grow. So I wouldn't recommend that for chemotherapy, but long-time synthetic users, I do have a few that use it. But you know what? My hair is shiny. I don't know about this anti-shine mentality. Is everyone so scared about it? I don't know. I like it when my hair is shiny. So that is something that people want to get rid of. That's because their hair probably wasn't shiny. Bonto says, apparently a lot of wig stores downgrade their wigs, their quality. Now a lot of them are causing toxic and they're increasing blood cancer. Well, I haven't heard that. It's no different than buying fabric, especially for synthetics. The interior is fabric and synthetic. So I have not heard this. So it's an interesting question. I would do some more digging, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. So, okay, Zula, feminist, wants to know synthetic or human? Great question. I get this question pretty much daily. So synthetic is a little more affordable, a little less work, sometimes a little lighter, but a synthetic wig or a topper is going to have less ability to change. So it is how it is. The synthetic style is pressed in, and that is how it's going to be. So it's easy, comb and go, like it's easier. But you cannot curl it. You can't change the style other than us framing and making the cut more you. But it tends to be more of a straight look. And I find curly synthetics are more light wear, occasional wear, because I find they matte. They do the friction frizz thing a little bit faster. So I find straight synthetics. I also am more of a fan of a straight synthetic than HD, which is heat defiant. I find a lot of guests that use heat defiant wigs, they melt them, they frizz them, and they frizz faster. So I tend to be a soft synthetic person. And human hair has more mobility. You can style it, you can cut it, you can curl it. If you want beach waves one day and you want straight the next, that is more versatile. And if you're wanting longer wigs, sometimes I will say if you're going to wear it a lot, maybe human is better. It's not going to friction frizz as fast, and it's going to last a little bit longer if you're wanting the length. So, it also depends on your budget. Like, if you're in treatment and this is a short-term thing, you're not in it for the long haul, the budget comes into factor, and human is more costly and synthetic is a little more affordable. Both beautiful, and we sell both of them a lot. So, but you can always come and ask me any questions about those, what suits you best, and normally we can tell pretty quick. Deb McMillan here. Thanks for your questions, and we'll see you again.